The fourth quarter final then is another derby between two local rivals, Gusserane and St James. It's been played in New Ross. I expect a big crowd to be at it. Andy, you played Gusserane a few weeks ago. They got the victory. What did you think of them that day?
Yeah, they got beat the first day by 10 points, and then they had us the following weekend, so we didn't really know what to expect. But they really turned up on the day. Gavin Sheehan put in a powerful performance. I suppose him and Mark Rossiter were man of the match, together. Mark Rossiter is their captain and he's leading by example. He's getting most of their scores, their frees. He very rarely misses. We were very impressed with them. They kind of came deep. That defensive kind of football, I suppose, we're seeing at the minute, but they came deep. Panther got on a lot of ball, Gavin Sheehan got on a lot of ball, and they worked it up through the lines very well. And sure, when Mark Rossiter ended up getting the ball, Sam Wall as well inside, they're very, very accurate, and I don't think they missed a whole lot against us that day, whereas we kicked I think 12 or 13 wides, and that was the difference in that game.
And Colm, you played St James down in Grantstown in round 3, I think it was. Was it a close game enough? What sort of a game was it for those who didn't see it?
It was a very tight game. We had targeted that from way back when the fixtures came out, so we knew we might be able to get a little ambush on and get a tilt towards quarterfinals, so it was wide open in the first half. I think there was maybe a point between us at half time, or we were up a point at half time, and I think defensively teams can get at the Jameses. They're not teak tight. Yes, they've a bit of work to do on that, but they have, I'd say, one of the best footballers in the championship this year, Matt O'Hanlon, midfield. He's just running everything for them at the moment. Lads moving off him, they've runners, and he's well able to carry ball and take points from nearly 30-40 metres out. I just think the experience with the Jameses as well, and the local derby aspect of it up in Ross, it's a hard one to call in looking at it, it's.
What would you, before you do call it, what would you make of the Gusserane challenge? I'm sure you saw them a couple of times last year. We know they're missing a couple of very important players, but they've responded really well to the beating that Andy mentioned in round 1.
Yeah, they have, and we played them in league this year, and they performed very well. The players they have coming back in, like Mark Rossiter, playing very well at the moment. It's going to be a very close one. Again, they have the experience of getting to county finals, over the last couple of years, and just been on the wrong side of some results. So the experience is there. I just think it's probably one of the hardest out of the quarterfinals to kind of call for the weekend, to be honest with you.
And I've asked you on your thoughts on Gusserane. What are your thoughts on St James?
Yeah, a team I haven't actually seen a whole lot of this year, to be honest with you. So Kevin O'Grady and Matt O'Hanlon in midfield, obviously key players and a lot of experience there for them. Haven't actually seen a whole lot of them this year.
So we have. In fact, like you mentioned there a second ago, Colm, about Gusserane getting to so many finals. They won it in 16, they were betting the final in 19 and 21. It just really shows you how consistent this group of Gusserane players have been.
Yeah, I think that stands to them. They've produced excellent results. They've turned it around from the first round. I know they're missing many lads, but I just think having that experience there, that drive and the fight, could get them over the line in this, but it's a very, very hard one to call, I think.
So who are you going to call then for definite?
I'm going to go Gusserane by 1.
Andy?
Yeah, I think Gusserane have Mark Rossiter inside. I think he's going to be the key to this game. I'd say Gusserane 2 or 3 points.
I think this could be a really, really good game. I hope it's an open game of football. They played a very good game, the two teams, in I think it was 2020 in the group that they were all in with Horswood, I think it was. They played a great game, and I hope it'll be the same at the weekend. I think it'll be very tight. St James haven't won a knockout game since they won the county final in 2015, but I think they're going to win this one.